Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere, you know I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Turner brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide.
And this is it. This is game 2 of our Roxamore Sports doubleheader. I'm Ty Polk.
Are we ready to go?
Welcome to Gateway High School.
All right, and this is it, game 2 of our doubleheader, basketball doubleheader on Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Ty Polk, joined by Dr. Karen Coach Hall, and we're excited for game 2 of the Woodland Hills Gateway Gators doubleheader. This time the boys will be action, and it's going to be another hotly contested game tonight.
Ty, you're absolutely right. Last season, these teams split. This is their first game of the 2021 season. They haven't had any games up until tonight.
Matter of fact, in both of those splits, the deficit was 5 points. And also, that split probably made the difference between one of these teams making the playoffs and missing the playoffs. And in the case, it was the Gateway Gators who went 10-12, 6-6 in Section 3. And the Woodland Hills Wolverines, they went 9-13, 5-7 in Section 3. Now, new section, with the sections being changed around, we're now in Section 1. So hopefully, a new section, new year, new team will work out well for the Wolverines.
I talked to both coaches before the game, and I know Coach Janik for Woodland Hills, you know what, he's interested to see what happens. He said they had good practices, but he's down a couple players, so he's waiting to see how the guys respond. And then tonight, Coach Albert Rogers want to send him a shout-out of recovery, not to COVID people. He does not have COVID, but he's just recovering, from a health issue. But Coach Vern Benson tonight, he's subbing in for Coach Rogers. So he was saying that they've had a good week of practice, 2 different coaching styles, but they were able to relate to Coach Benson in practice. So he's excited for tonight also.
2 different coaching staffs, almost similar to Woodland Hills this time last year. They were just getting over their second stint with head coach Matt Janik. He came in October, and the season started in November, and it possibly played a little bit of a role in that 5-game slide to start the season.
Well, here's what's funny about his second stint. That first stint wasn't recent. So in that time span, players changed, right? The culture of players changed, and the whole idea of, kind of when I want to, but, he's an old school kind of coach. But nonetheless, it's a new year, and they're about to tip it off.
Absolutely, and we're underway as Gateway gets the ball quickly going forward. So that's Jaden Carr, and now that's Quincy Germany with the ball. He had 30 steals last year.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in a tournament last year up at Penn Hills, and boy, oh boy, was he quick. That was Quincy Germany I'm speaking of.
That one doesn't go, and back the other way is Deontay Williams, the junior. Williams over to Wells. Up top, Jenkins.
Well, right away, you can see that Deontay Williams and Quincy Germany are going to be going at each other. Both quick, both can handle.
So it's Wells pushed back to the half-court line. Now he'll drive. Throws that one up, looking for a foul, doesn't get it. And a little bit of a walk there, just a little bit awkward of a pass. And Williams couldn't really handle it, and that will go the other way for Gateway.
And Woodland Hills, neither team is very small. I mean, you know, Kella McDonough out there, number 23, he's 6'5". So both teams got some size, both inside and on the perimeter.
Woodland Hills, no seniors on their team. Gateway, they have 4. So it's going to be an interesting year for these Wolverines as they'll try to get to the playoffs in an open season. And you have to wonder if this early start for them, getting to a couple wins, will help them out.
Yeah, you got Jaden Carr getting all the way to the rim and finishing.
So it's Jordan bringing it up. Had the ball picked away from him,
So
and that's
this is
Kompka.
Ryan
Kompka on the
Gregerson,
slam.
6'7", on the dribble off the steal, and a dump down at the house. Gateway started the game with one layup and a finishing at the rim. Slamming it home.
So the Gateway girls got off to a quick start, and they'll look to see the boys do that as well. Cross pass in the corner. Kane for 3. That doesn't go.
6'5", McDonough for Woodland Hills, and Gregerson, as Coach Benson told me, they call him Ryan G. 6'7". That's the matchup to watch tonight.
So a clash of the Titans to begin this game. McDonough's first shot bounced around, then just rolled out. First foul on Gregerson. And McDonough's 2 doesn't go, so 0 for 2 at the line to begin the night. For 3, and that one goes. Will Kromka.
Yeah, Kronka, he's a player to watch. One of the returning players from last year. He was the second team all-section in Section 1 last year. 5A honors last year. He shot 44% from the floor. You hear what I said? 44%. That's the guy you better get up there and put a hand up in his face, or he's going to do what he just did, light it up from the outside.
So early on, Gateway starts in the first 2 minutes and 2 seconds, a 7-0 run. So Gateway, and apparently there's been a technical on Matt Frajanic.
You know, like I said earlier, hey, let's welcome Western PA basketball back.
For Woodland Hills are Corey Stanford, Eric Jefferson, Rayon Robertson, Rayshawn Robertson, and Lamar Lyons, and the head coach, Matt Bojanic Jr.
So Kromka
Shooting the technical.
gets the technical free throw. As now an 8-0 run has stretched out to begin this game.
I mean, you're dealing with 2 seasoned coaches on both benches. All these coaches on Gateway and Woodland Hills, they've been head coaches at different places, high school and at the collegiate level. There's a lot of experience sitting in that head seat on both sides.
Yes, Matt Frjanic's last stop at Polk State College, no relation, in Winter Haven. Also stops at General Braddock, the precursor to Woodland Hills itself, Robert Morris, an NCAA tournament appearance with Meredith and Pitt Greensburg. As that one doesn't go for Kromka.
Yeah, and he won everywhere he's been. So I'm not surprised Woodland Hills brought him back. Highly successful head coach, Matt Furjanic.
So on the inbounds is Jenkins. As Williams over to Wells.
Yeah, I talked about Coach Furjanic. He's in the Pittsburgh Basketball Club Hall of Fame. He was inducted about 3 years ago. So he's no stranger to success.
Kromka gets a 3 to go.
44% and 34% from three-point range.
And just like that, he's got 9.
Yeah.
So an 11-0 run to begin the game for Woodland Hills, and this is not what the doctor ordered. So now another timeout by head coach Matt Furjanic.
Well, he's just really trying to get his troops together. Settle down. Settle down. You haven't scored. It's your first game out. You're almost halfway through the first quarter, and you're struggling. So, I mean, he's getting his guys to settle down, understand it will come. You got a whole game to play. You got to get scored that first 2, right?
You have to feel that the rhythm for Woodland Hills, it's really been 2 straight years in which they haven't exactly had the best rhythm to start the season. This time it's just a little bit unfounded with the COVID-19 issue.
Right.
But you have to wonder, it's just like in this season, you get the leeway. You could probably get away with a 5-game losing streak. But the question is, would you want to compete in an open tournament?
Yeah, you don't want to really set that kind of tone early, despite whatever's going on. Getting that first win takes, you're able to take a deep breath because you got the win.
So it's Germany. Holds up the ball. Gregerson inside, count it, and the foul.
By Gregerson.
Yeah, that's 6'7" and 6'5" going at it on the block.
And everything coming up gold so far for the Gators.
Yeah, Woodland Hills needs to get a shot on their possessions. They haven't had a good shot.
So 2 fouls on Cruz McMillan. Excuse me, no.
So if you're Woodland Hills, you want to start to dictate Gateway's offense by pressuring the ball. On that possession, even though Gateway turned it over, Woodland Hills defense was just watching. You got to go out and pressure that ball.
Correction, that was 2 fouls on Tim Jenkins.
Wow.
As he will now take a seat on the bench. And in is Delrius Robinson. Williams to Wells for 3. McDonough, that one doesn't go. And the basket's closed up for Woodland Hills to begin this game. And too many steps by Gateway as the ball will go back to Woodland Hills. So it's Williams. Kill Freeman to McDonough, back to Freeman. Williams, he's doubled almost immediately. Wells, Robinson, Williams, floater.
So you got a 6'5" player out there, and if you're Gateway, you at least have to allow him to touch the ball. Or excuse me, Woodland Hills. You at least have him touch the ball.
Carr couldn't get it. Gregerson fights for it, and he'll go to the line. And already 14 fouls for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, you have a 6'7" out there for Gateway, and if you're Woodland Hills, you can't just go jumping up. You got to put a body on Ryan G to push him away from the basket. Give yourself a better chance to rebound the basketball.
4 fouls in the first, 4:23 for Woodland Hills. First one for Gregerson doesn't go. Seems like they want me to also be on PA tonight.
It would be par for the course.
second one will go for Gregerson.
Ryan G, he has a nice soft shot.
Young and the George. In for the Gators and Kane.
Gateway is showing some full court 2-2-1 press. Stop your dribble. Always put yourself in.
Freeman just held
Turnover
up by
away.
Carr, and he gets the steal. Kane. Young. Foul range shot goes. 16-0 run to begin the game.
So you could hear Coach Janik on the last possession yelling to his team to get McDonough down on the low post.
And it's stolen. And that's Young on the fast break. Hits off the bottom of the backboard. But he'll go to the line.
Intensity is the word that I'm going to say right now needs to turn up for Woodland Hills. You can look at the body language, and they're bending over, heads are down, right? You got a whole game to go. Not the start that you want for sure. You got to get on the scoreboard, get some confidence.
So Freeman picks up the foul as Young misses the first.
And take care of the ball. The last turnover was because you didn't protect the basketball.
Well, it's no surprise that Gateway's probably a little bit more ready to play because they were a group of Gateway players captured the championship of the Pittsburgh Basketball Federation's Fall League. And they were looking to take the next step. So far, so good for the Gators.
Well,
As
other two
Williams on the
teams-
drive, inside pass, McDonough bounces it, but it goes right to Young. McGeorge over to Kane for three. That one goes as well. A 19-0 run to start the game for Gateway.
So floor
Cobbs over to
spacing
Williams.
for Woodland
McDonough
Hills would help.
around the horn. And that one stolen away from Robinson. Back the other way. Kane, Euro step, gets it to go.
Yeah, right now there's pure domination on both ends of the floor. Offensively, Woodland Hills is struggling to get any good shot. Again, another turnover. Without a shot, you want to get some shot possessions.
Kane, that one doesn't go. Follow up, Young doesn't go either. And they call over to back.
So here's the thing. When you're come out struggling, you want to run that floor hard because that gets the adrenaline up. It puts you around the basketball, get some hands out, make some deflections. You got to work the little things of the game before you can make the good pass and get a good shot. Right now, Woodland Hills not getting any shot possessions. All the possessions have ended up in turnovers.
So at the end of the quarter, I finally looked up some balls. We're going to run a commercial at the end of the quarter. Okay? You'll hear me tell you when I'm walking, okay?
Now, every possession thus far, Ty, Gateway's been able to score.
Yep.
Good job breaking the press. You break the press by putting the ball in the middle of the floor, clearing it out.
So 23-0 run. Williams, Cobbs, McDonough, Wells.
So the offense is about 22 feet away from the basket for Woodland Hills. He
Cobbs,
moves it in and
step-back
doesn't
shot
get
doesn't
anything
work.
good.
Right now, nothing working for Woodland Hills. Off the glass, Thompson, that doesn't go. So now it's Williams. McDonough on the drive, two men on him. Manages to go to the line.
Yeah, good aggressive move. That's what I'm saying. You got to make some aggressive plays. Right now, you're struggling on your offense. You know, you got to break down the defense. Take the ball to the basket, take it to the basket, stop and pop. Okay, getting on the basket helps confidence.
So Tylee Thompson picks up that foul as McDonough Looks to end the drought, and he will. The first
Nice
points.
soft shot, Ty. Nice soft shot from McDonough at the free throw line.
And McDonough completes the trip to the line, going 2 for 2. So that'll end the 23-0 run for Gateway. For 3, that one rattled out. So a little bit of luck for Woodland Hills as they go the other way, and it's Williams. Williams, a charge.
Yeah, good defense for the Gators. Step up, the unselfish play, get hit, take the charge. That's a great play for the team.
So Quincy, Germany gets it back. 35 seconds left. Kane, Young for 3. That one over the rim, but picked up by Thompson. And a timeout.
Possession change.
Oh, possession arrow to Woodland Hills. Corrections on that, 24 seconds left as Williams will bring it up. Germany guarding him. Williams.
So now you get a 1-4 set. So this is a 1-on-1.
Inside McDonough, that one goes before the buzzer.
Yeah. So on that play, Ty, you can see what happened. 1-4 set. You had Chaz Cobbs looking like he's going to go 1-on-1. And finally, they had McDonough down on the block. Right? You don't want to put players in boxes, but when you're 6'5", and your high percentage shot is going to be the layup.
So we'll go take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back here on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Lisa Baldwin with Remax Select Realty. My experience and my commitment makes everything I touch turn to sold.
Call Lisa Baldwin at 724-933-6300 extension 489 or go to selecthomefinder.com.
And welcome back. The score is 23-4. Gateway going out on an early 23-0 run. To start this game, Woodland Hills has answered back with 4 points to feel maybe slightly better about their prospects right now. But right now, just nothing going right for Woodland Hills.
Right. Everything, whatever Gateway wanted, Gateway received. Even though Christmas is over, this is the new year. So they had 3-point shots, layups. But if Woodland Hills can continue to pick up where they left off and get the ball inside, this deficit, they can cut into this deficit, 23-4 deficit.
So it's Quincy, Germany, the senior, in the corner. Stevenson on the drive. And he'll go to the line. And the first one goes for Stevenson.
The smallest player for Gateway, and he's not in right now, is Vitella Campolo at 5'6". So both of these teams are quite big. Smallest player for Woodland Hills is at 5'7", Micah Jones. Everybody else, Ty, is 6 foot and above, climbing the trees.
If you're willing to pay the price, you'll make the baskets at that size, and certainly the price will be paid every time. As that one goes, 3 by Chaz Cobbs. Gregerson answers right back.
Nice soft shot by Ryan Gregerson.
So it's Williams. Over to Pinckney.
You see
Williams.
Cobbs directing traffic.
That pass couldn't go through. His back the other way goes Gateway. Carr on the drive. Little short contact. But it'll go the other way for Woodland Hills. So it's Cobbs. Williams.
Looking over the defense.
In the corner, Pinckney, that one doesn't go. Follow-up chance, Williams, that one doesn't go either. Long lead pass on to Stevenson. Stevenson gets the friendly bounce.
Nice pass, nice finish by Stevenson.
Williams on the drive, gets that one to go.
Strong penetration by Williamson. Capitalize off your steal.
All right, if you keep talking, you can only, your frequency's loud from your ear. That's why you're hanging in the speaker. I need to change the frequency on your microphone.
So Ryan Gregerson, he follows up the missed shot. He's going to go to the line to see if he can finish two and make them pay for the foul. It's 28-9 with 5:50 to go in the second quarter. The pace is a good pace by both. Unfortunately for Woodland Hills right now, the shot percentage is low. That's why we play. That's why there's 4 quarters in the game. Gregerson, unfortunately, wasn't able to finish the shot. Ball goes back to Gateway. And at 6'7", coaches always teach high hands because you don't want to throw the ball down at a 6'7", at a 6'7" player's knees. Turnover by Germany. Carr gets it right back, goes to the basket. Okay, good play for Cobbs, but unfortunately foul was called. Carr's going to go to the line, shoot 2. Both teams are playing hard. Gateway right now, they're dominating. They're still dominating both ends of the floor. More ball control for Woodland Hills. Set up your offense, look it over. And right now they have their 6'5" McDonough on the bench right now. Cobbs unable to convert. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, both these teams split the games last year, and this is their first game of the 2021. Coming back from a hiatus, unfortunately, due to COVID-19. This is a good matchup here between Quincy, Germany, and Chaz Cobbs. Good matchup out there. Excuse me, number 2, Deontay Williams. Cobbs checks into the game for Woodland Hills. And Ryan Gregerson, he's going to get a break. Coming in for him is number 10, Grandy Otterman. You got Williams down low fighting for the rebound for Woodland Hills. It goes off of Otterman. Ball stays here with Woodland Hills. Otterman gets the piece of Williams' shot from the corner. Ball stays with Woodland Hills. They get a second possession, second opportunity to do something good on the offensive set. It's been a struggle so far offensively for Woodland Hills. They've gotten some shots, then they've unfortunately turned the ball over on a few possessions. Almost textbook fast break. Ball doesn't hit the floor but one time for Gateway. Bodies flying all over the floor, no call. Game keeps going. Still from behind by Jaden Carr for Gateway. On the receiving end with a nice left hand was William Krumka. Gateway has 4 seniors, 5 seniors. Woodland Hills doesn't have any. Stevenson goes for the foul, goes for the steal, but he was called for the foul. Trey Williams comes in for Michael Stevenson. McDonough's back in, 6'5". Timothy Jenkins tries to get aggressive on the offensive end. Nothing happening in the paint. Again, Woodland Hills pushes the ball up, goes all the way to the basket. Quincy Germany unable to finish. He misses it. Carr shoots it, nothing there. McDonough gets the rebound. So both teams getting shots on the offensive end. Neither team able to finish right now. 31-9. Correction, 31-11 with coming up on 3 minutes in the second quarter. So Woodland Hills trying to come back, and you know what? Let's say that William Kronka says, you know what, Gateway, we're going to keep scoring. Cobbs is double teams, ball stolen by Carr. Cobbs on the defense attempts to steal the ball. Stepped on the line. Okay, Carr, the shooter, stepped on the line. Ball didn't go in, but would not have counted. Gateway's in a 1-2-2. Full court press. No success. Loose ball. Teams diving, teams fighting in possession. Good fight. Both teams going hard for the ball. Possession arrow will stay with Woodland Hills. You're listening to the Gateway Woodland Hills game on the Roxamore Sports Channel, Sports Network. So ball's out high. Another steal. Up. No steal. Robinson gets it back, but misses it. Carr with a nice step through. 2 more, add 2 more for the Gators of Gateway. Carr attempts to steal it. He reaches in. He gets caught. Another foul on Jaden Carr. Aggressive, quick,
Check.
just reaching.
Check.
Eliminate the reach, and you get to stay on the floor, because right now Carr's headed out, and checking back in the game is Quincy Germany. Okay, nice stop and pop by Deontay Williams.
So my partner, Dr. Hall, filling in beautifully as I'm back in the booth now. 35-14 is the score. Stolen by Wells. Back the other way goes Williams.
Ty, it's just like the 2 teams out there. We're a team up here, Ty.
Absolutely. Jenkins couldn't get the 3 to go. As I heard you in the other room, you were sounding brilliant. Seemed natural. You might not need me.
Oh, no, I always need teammates. You win games with teammates.
Wells over to Williams. Williams for three. That one doesn't go. Picked up by Jenkins as he'll go to the line.
You know, Gateway has such quick guards that right now Woodland Hills is not securing the ball tight. And even though the Gators are being hit with some fouls at the guard spot, boy, I tell you gotta love the quickness of the Gateway Gators.
So 1-1, and it'll just be the one for Woodland Hills, as that one doesn't go for Tim Jenkins. Young, over for three. That one doesn't go. As back the other way goes Wells. Wells all the way to the hoop, and this one will fall in.
It looks funny, but nothing happened. So count the basket, add two more to that for Woodland Hills.
Quincy Germany over to Kane. Kane on the drive, couldn't get it to go. Young, skies for the two. That one doesn't go. Fighting for it is Thompson. And an injured Wolverine. Robinson getting up a little gimpy from that one.
Gateway's had maybe a minute or so of a scoring drought.
Kane for three.
And as I said that, what happened? What happened as I said that, Ty?
A three for Dylan Kane. And it's just like that for Gateway right now. So it's Williams, guarded by Germany. Williams on the drive, kicks it over in the corner. Wells wanted to shoot, couldn't get that one to go. But a double dribble.
Yeah, double dribble. And unfortunately for Woodland Hills, that's been a summation of the first half of them, just turning the ball over without shot selections. So, they're not bad for how they started 38-16. Consider the way they started tied, this is pretty good for them.
12 points is a massive improvement over 4. So Germany looks to kill the clock a little bit before he decides to go to the hoop.
So you don't want to lose the ball because you sometimes get lulled into just standing and then you try to react. That's when you get yourself in trouble.
Young, floater, doesn't go. Skying is Thompson, fighting for his own rebound. And held ball, possession arrow to Woodland Hills, 0.6 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Tylee Thompson's only a 9th grader, boy. I tell you what, he's aggressive. I love the way he's jumping and playing inside.
Rolling inbound, Williams fires it off. That one off the top, but wouldn't have counted anyway. And that'll end the first half of play as Gateway leads it 38-16. So a lot of things. And we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network with the halftime show.
Hello, I'm Lisa Baldwin with Remax Select Realty. My experience and my commitment makes everything I touch turn to sold.
Call Lisa Baldwin at 724-933-6300 extension 489 or go to selecthomefinder.com.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
comes a shotgun formation, flanked by Siebels. And we have back deep, and you have wide open, and it looks like he's going to go all the way to the house. Tariq Scipio, big play receiver for the Wolverines.
Finally, they got the big play receiver the ball.
Early detection and treatment is key to save lives.
So back to live action. Deontay Williams rolls out and finds a receiver deep in the end zone for the touchdown with 47 seconds left.
Switch. Yeah. What's up?
What is you doing, man?
Nothing.
Ain't there something you supposed to tell me?
I remember. I got you. That.
Well,
Hey, yo, babe. Roxamore finally got their own app on the Amazon Fire Stick, dog.
word?
You know?
Wait. So do I need to get my Fire Stick jailbreak to watch the games?
No, fool. Talking about a jailbreak. Who you getting out of prison?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to watch all the games, all the shows, right at the crib, you dig?
Well, all you have to do is go to the App Store or the search window and search for Roxamore Sports and Entertainment, dog.
Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, bro. Do work.
Do work.
Ew, real quick, can my girl find it too?
Your girl?
Yeah, you know my girl? Alexa.
You's a fool for that one, man.
Yeah. Let me put her to work. Watch this. Hey, Alexa, search the Roxamore Sports and Entertainment app.
Switch. Yeah.
Welcome back to the second half of our doubleheader here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Right now, the Gateway Gators are up 38-16 over the Woodland Hills Wolverines. And the story of the game, Woodland Hills started off ice cold. The Gateway Gators went on a 23-0 run in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely right, Ty. During that 23-0 run, you know, Gateway, they were getting 3-point shots by Krumka, Ryan Gergerson. They were shooting threes. Dylan Kane came in off the bench. He was shooting threes. You had, you had Elijah McCrummon, number 11. He was still in the ball. You had Kane. He was still in the ball. So they were getting whatever they wanted in that first 23 points in the first half.
Driving about as easily as they are behind us back to the court, but Woodland Hills, compared to what the ice cold start was, 4 points at the end of the first quarter, the last 4 to end it, they did have 12 more points in the second quarter, so things are looking slightly up, I guess.
Oh, it's confidence. You had to score some baskets, get your confidence up. They got the ball into Kellen McDonough, who's 6'5", so he scored some points easily inside. They got some free throws and some steals and layups. So the more baskets you get easily, the more confidence they were able to gain.
Well, Will Kromka for Gateway, silky smooth, almost like butter out there.
Yeah, and he's only a junior. So I really like his soft touch. Again, I love big players that have hands, right? You got to be able to catch the ball to finish the basket.
6'3", and he uses his size well to get to the hoop. So what's the keys for Woodland Hills? They still are down amazingly for all we've said, 22 points, and if it's anything like the women's team, anything can happen in the first night of the Whippeal.
Yeah, you always got to take care of the ball. So coming out at halftime, Woodland Hills needs to take care of the ball, get the ball back down into McDonough, the 6'5" post, and then score off of some fast breaks. But they got to play defense. Defensively, they're sitting there and they're allowing Gateway to dictate. They need to add pressure to Gateway on the offensive end.
If there's one thing that's at least gone well for Woodland Hills is Kellen McDonough and Deontay Williams. Those are guys that Woodland Hills needs in the next half to win.
That's the confidence. That's where the scoring came from.
Absolutely. So we have about 20 seconds left. What are you looking for out of Woodland Hills to at least make this game competitive in the second half?
To pick up the pressure on the defensive end and be aggressive on the offensive end. Take the ball to the basket, stop and pop.
And that's all for us on the Roxamore Sports Network halftime report. We'll see if the Woodland Hills Wolverines can get back into this game, as the score is Gateway 38, Woodland Hills 16, and we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Welcome back to the second half on the Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Dr. Karen Coach Hall with my partner, Ty Polk. Ty's still on a fast break, making his way back up. But it's if you just tuned in, it's Gateway Gators 41 and the Woodland Hills Wolverines 16. 7:29 just started in the third quarter. Foul call, but that's good aggressive play. You want to Woodland Hills needs to dictate tempo on both ends of the floor. They're down tremendously. They got to dictate tempo. They have a bench. They have at least 2-3 players that if someone gets in foul trouble, they can sub people in. But right now, you don't want Gateway to pick up where they left off, and that was a terrorizing you on the offensive end.
And that one goes for Kromka.
Yeah, first score of the second half. Again, with that the good tap away by Carr to create the steal.
Around the horn that goes. Kromka. And they call it travel.
Yeah, a couple midnight trains and Georgia steps. You know, speaking of Georgia, that was a huge state. Georgia was on our mind this week. But I'm not going there. We're going to stay at the game.
Absolutely. Just like Ray Charles.
Exactly.
On the mind right now for Woodland Hills is scoring.
Yeah, again, you see how Williamson is he's looking over the offense, which is good, but you got to create tempo just like that. A nice, soft 3-point by O'Kill Freeman, only a freshman.
So Freeman with the three-pointer.
Now, for Gateway to score, you got Gregerson wide in the post, right? But instead of that, Kromka said, hey, he'll do it from the outside. Add 3 more for the Gateway Gators.
And Kromka has 21, as Woodland Hills has done. I don't think you can really do anything else right now with Kromka. He's just on fire.
Well, you can. You got to be more aggressive on the defensive end. If I'm just looking at you with no hand up, that's like an uncontested shot. So right now, he's getting shots outside and inside.
Inside Gregerson, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah. But you have to contest that. You have to contest Ryan G's shot. Otherwise, it'll be an and one. Make him go to that line and earn it. Don't give him that easy basket.
So second foul on Robertson as Gregerson gets that one to go.
You know, a year ago, Gregerson, he averaged 9 points and 6 rebounds last year.
They were counting on Gregerson for a lot more production this year, and certainly so far it's been pretty good for him. As Woodland Hills gets over the timeline, Robinson over to Pickney, back up top, Freeman.
So
Freeman
as Woodland Hills tie is passing and cutting, they need to pass cut with a purpose, right? The intensity, they're working to pick it up, a pass with a purpose and see the ball. Right, there you go. That's a good shot. Great offensive set.
And it
Finish
gets
it
to go.
with a 3. Awesome.
So a three-pointer for Deontay Williams, as he's got 8.
That was Woodland Hills' best set all night, Ty.
So certainly they're looking for more of those sets as they try
Now
to get back
maximize
into
your
it.
big guy. Give the ball into Gregerson. He's saying, hey, I'm wide open. He's showing your hands, and he's sitting down in the post. Good job by the big fella.
Up top. And that one goes for Delrius Robinson. But
Yep.
Gateway cleans it up, and Carr gets that one to go.
I talked about the quick hands of the Gateway guards, and that was a prime example where Carr literally just took the ball out of Jenkins' hand and scored it with the left hand.
So back the other way goes Gateway and Stevenson. Over to Germany. Kromka underneath the basket. And he'll go to the line.
You know what? But I love that baseline drive by Kromka. He squared up. He's seen what he got. Baseline wide open. One hard dribble opposite. He didn't make the basket, but he's going to the charity stripe to earn those 2.
Kromka, second team all-section 158 honors last year.
You know, these players, most players, they play high school basketball, with the intent of hopefully going on to the next level. The next level could be Division II, could be Division III. Obviously, most of them have Division I on mind, but Division I is a level. It's a mental level, and it is an intensity. The games look easy on TV, but that's truly an intensity.
So on the inbounds, Woodland Hills breaks the trap, but it goes out of bounds past Williams.
Yeah, Woodland Hills, I'm not going to blame it on their youth because it's basic basketball. You pass to the open man. That would have been a great opportunity for Woodland Hills to have a 2-on-1.
Absolutely. Woodland Hills has a ton of sophomores.
Yes.
They have 8 sophomores on this roster.
Yes.
And they have 3 juniors. And then they don't go past they don't go into senior territory right now. So these guys have another year. Let them figure it out. Maybe have them be in this open tournament to get some confidence and just see winning basketball, or at least see very competitive basketball. That could help them out in the future.
Yeah, meanwhile, that was Michael Stevenson that nailed the three. And this is an uncontested, wide open, off the glass layup by Jaden Carr, adding 2 more to the score tie.
He's got 11.
And 2 more for Stevenson. It's ballooning tie, 59-22, 3 minutes ago.
The points going fast and furious for Gateway as Woodland Hills is looking for an answer for 3. That one goes. Shaneer Pinckney. That's his first points of the game.
Sometimes when you're down like this, you might want to change defense, but sometimes it also depends on how well you're moving and how well you're playing. And
Stevenson
right now,
gets his own rebound and will go to the line.
Yeah, Woodland Hills isn't playing aggressive enough to change their defense, to go man-to-man, to put more pressure. That would not be a good move right now. It's something that, strategically, because you're sitting there thinking, what else can I do to help my team?
What should we be looking out for Woodland Hills as they end this game?
Yeah, so to the end of the game, they want to, 1, take care of the ball better. Number 2, get better looks and better shots, right? And then crash the board, get a second shot. Because right now, Gateway's totally dominated the glass. Yeah, you want to keep playing. So you don't want to, if you're Woodland Hills, you don't want to walk up the floor. You want to create a tempo, which they have yet to do for this evening.
Cobbs.
Nice.
Inside.
Right, they didn't
Spinorama doesn't
score,
work.
but that was another good offensive set. That's all you asked him for is a good look, good shot. High percentage.
And Young gets that one to go off the assist from Elijah McCrommon. So Williams kicks it out. Swipe that by Moultrie, and he succeeds in causing the out of bounds, so the ball will go to Gateway.
Yeah, Chaz Cobb, he's working to force tempo. He needs a little help from his teammates. But you got to give credit to Gateway. I mean, on both ends, they're being sharp and deliberate on the defensive end, getting their hands on the ball, and on the offensive end, attacking the basket and getting good looks.
Inside Young, hook shot, that one doesn't work. Rebound goes to Jenkins as Williams, the point guard, will bring it up. Pass on to Cobbs. Cobbs, jab step, he'll go. Up and under, nice little move.
Yeah, Cobbs is being aggressive. He say, hey, we got time.
So 1 minute left in the third period. Gateway.
Foul
And Harper. Harper is a Penn Hills transfer sophomore. And, head coach Alvis Rogers in a Trib article said that you look to see more out of Harper. And he's a football player as well, so he'll go for those dirty baskets.
Sure he will.
Almost swiped out by Moultrie. Around the horn. For 3 Williams. That one bounces out. Nice little play by McDonough to get the ball back.
Yeah, good aggressive play by McDonough. Again, though, when you put the ball down, those guards, they are all over the ball from Gateway. They're all over the Woodland Hills players.
So they're allowing time to run out as that'll end the third period. Woodland Hills is down enough where there is a running clock.
Yeah, the mercy rule was in the WPIL. More than 30 points you've run. Baskets. The clock keeps running on each possession.
So that'll end the third period of play. The WPIL mercy rule going into effect as the score is Gateway 62, Woodland Hills 27.
So, a game like this for Gateway, right? So you want to continue to be sharp, run your offense. This is, you can almost say another practice, basically. You know, work on some presses, work on solidifying your offenses, making sure everyone touches the ball. You have your big guys. You have Gregerson down in the post. Get him some more touches, right? You got William Kronka around the horn. Let him shoot some. This is a good time also to get some of your subs in.
So as a coach, I want to know this from both the winning big and losing big side. What do you do in these situations? Is it putting younger players in? Is it trying to establish good habits for the next games?
Well, for Woodland Hills, you don't want to lose confidence, right? You want to say, hey, even though this is our first game, we can build on the fact that we didn't quit, first of all, because you're still playing, right? And then you want to say, we got some good looks, but we didn't score. And then lastly, you want to learn that we turned the ball over way too much, and let's make sure we're coming back into the second game we don't, like they just did again.
So
That's
back
been
the
a lot
other
of
way is
downfall.
Harper, but he loses the ball, and now Williams on the fast break. He's got Young with him. Williams couldn't finish it. McDonough on the rebound. McDonough underneath, bounces home.
And that's what you want to see out of Woodland Hills. You want to see them still playing hard, still attacking the basket, still making steals. Now, Ty, if you're Gateway, on the other hand, you want to continue to build and score. You want to make sure everyone is touching the basketball, and you want to, decrease your turnovers. So on both sides, there's a good opportunity to sharpen your play. And Coach Benson, as we talked about, this is a good night for your substitutes. Give them some practice, some game action.
McDonough couldn't get the friendly roll. Back the other way. Moultrie.
Thompson.
So platoon swamp ready to come in for Gateway. Referees asked them to sit down and move back a little bit.
I guess Coach Benson had a change of heart.
So Moultrie. McCormick. For three, Harper. That one airs off. Young inside the Moultrie. They'll call travel.
Players get better in the game, right? So I applaud Gateway and Coach Benson for putting in his subs to give them some game action. I mean, basically, they'll almost get a whole quarter worth of action. And that gives them confidence. So in a closer game when they're called on, they've seen the floor. They've been on the court.
Floater goes. Nice play by Harper.
Gateway, they're quick. They have shooters and they have size inside. It'll be interesting the rest of the WPIL season for the Gateway Gators because they look pretty good tonight.
That one doesn't go for McDonough. Back the other way goes Gateway. Kane held up a bit by Jenkins. And they'll go to the 1-and-1.
Yeah, defensively, there's been a lot of reaching on both teams' part defensively. You want to minimize fouls. You play defense with your feet, not with your hands. Get your hands in the passing lane, deflect the ball. But you don't want to reach.
So 4 fouls on Jenkins. And for Cobbs is Robinson.
Watching Dylan Kane play tonight, Ty, he's pretty smooth. He's picks his shots, selects his shots wisely, and he's pretty smooth in his shooting.
Young fighting for that ball.
Lefty.
Floats it up. Stolen by Kane. Kane in the corner. He'll go for the 3. That one a little too far. McDonough gets it past the timeline to Robinson. Robinson inside, count it. And a foul.
Right, keep playing Woodland Hills. And on the other end, you want to play smarter. Okay, again, we talked about earlier, hands. going with hands tie instead of trying to swat the ball. Save those fouls.
4:48 gone. Woodland Hills cuts the lead down to 34. Bringing it up is Moultrie. Nice Euro step and goes for Harper. So Robinson swings it around and comes back to Robinson. Robinson on the drive. Now in the corner, Williams for three. That one rolls out. Staying with it is Robinson and picks up two.
Robinson for two. Timeout.
Coach Benson making wholesale subs again.
Timeout.
So just reminding our viewers, if you just tuned in, we're in the mercy rule here at the Gateway Woodland Hills game of the WPIL, Western Pennsylvania. The ball tipped off tonight, Ty.
Yeah,
Back in
regardless
action.
of the outcome for the second game of our doubleheader, it still feels good to be back in with basketball. The Woodland Hills Wolverines girls team came back in stunning fashion, nice fashion to win that game. And that was full of intrigue. This one, it was kind of, the outcome's not in doubt, but still, there's been some fight from the Wolverines.
Yeah, for sure. Again, Woodland Hills, they never stopped fighting. And because Gateway came out full throttle, and they just kept turning it up, and they haven't stopped, which is a good sign of a good team. Very, very early, game one in the season. But hats off to Woodland Hills, who hasn't quit. So on the floor for Gateway, you got a lot of sophomores and freshmen. Number 3, Jenkins for
Williams, nice shot. Williams for Gateway for two. Now Williams for Woodland Hills. McDonough inside, going for the drive. Lost the handle a little bit, swiped by Gateway. Back the other way, Crawford.
Nice bounce pass and good finish.
So it's Jenkins. Inside pass, Robinson on the spin. He'll go to the line.
Half-left timeout, last shot for the Gators.
So Robinson's keeping it going for the Wolverines. More still staying aggressive to the basket. His last few fouls that they've called has been right at the basket, and that's what you want. You know, you want to attack the basket. If you have a good shot on the perimeter, take it, but at this point, you want to shoot 15 foot and in. Be aggressive.
Both free throws not going for Robinson. Now for three. That one doesn't go. Deontay Williams over to Robinson. Robinson, nice little moves, but it couldn't go for him. So Trey Williams goes the other way for Gateway. Crawford, Jordan for three. That one doesn't go. McDonough taps that away, but it's still Gateway possession. So on the follow-up, that's Tally Thompson.
I mean, both teams are still fighting, and you got to love that spirit because it's a long season. Even though, you know, the season just started here in January, they still got a lot of basketball to go. Both teams will get better. Both teams will get sharper. Right now, you know, Woodland Hills tonight, you know, they look like they have a long way to go. But, you know, each game is different. You let this game go, get ready for the next.
So rolling clock, Gateway up 40, scores 73-33. Just under 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Williams fighting and throws it away. So good pressure by Gateway to trap him, and the ball will go to the Gators.
Yeah, defensively, that's been all night. Gateway, not only did they come out on the offensive end full throttle down Wolverine's neck, but defensively, they've had their hands on so many balls in terms of stealing and deflecting passes from Wolverine or just stealing the ball off their players. Love the defense, love the aggressiveness, and not laying off of Woodland Hills, playing them, man, toe-to-toe.
A little bit of dodgeball there on Jenkins, but it doesn't work out for Gateway. Driving was Freeman. And the ball will remain with Woodland Hills as we're approaching 50 seconds left in this game. Williams, corner three, blocked by Jordan.
We could see that block coming from way up here, Tyler.
Crawford, step back three, gets that one to go.
Pretty shot by Crawford.
Sort of lulled him to sleep and then pulled the three.
Rocket ball, baby.
McDonough, 24 seconds left. Tap pass to Freeman, back to McDonough. McDonough on the drive. McDonough, two people on him, and he'll go to the line.
So you got 12 seconds to go in the game. You got a 76-33 score with Gateway Gators totally dominated from the outset. We got Kellen McDonough at the line, 6'5" sophomore for Woodland Hills, trying to add one or two more. He's added one. He gets one more for the Wolverines of Woodland Hills. First game for both teams in the WPIL 2021 season. A lot of basketball to come for both of these teams. Both teams will get better. Tonight, it was definitely a total annihilation by Gateway. 3 seconds. Both teams going to show sportsmanship here. 76-36. Gateway Gators put one in the win column for their opening of the 2021 season. On the other side, Woodland Hills, they'll take this game. Hopefully they may not look at the tape, but they'll move past this tape. They'll move past this game. So, you got to start somewhere. We said Woodland Hills is young. Gateway has 4 seniors. And tonight, everybody for Gateway was able to see court time. And to get better, you need to be on the court. Okay, you don't get better by sitting on the bench. You become experts in practice, but game time, this is where you get better. It's a good night.
Hey, Coach Virginia.
For Roxamore Sports Network. For my partner Tyler, he's going to get some interviews. Fantastic from the winning coach, Matt Virginia.
And I'm here with Woodland Hills head coach, Coach Virginia. Coach, 23-0 run for Gateway to begin the game. What did you say to the guys to at least get them to fight back for the 16 points that by?
Well, you know what? We never really made a comeback. I mean, I thought, our youth, we just didn't come out aggressive. And it's even in the locker room, you can see about the excitement. And there was, there wasn't the rah, let's go. It was, you could see the tightness in them, And, you got to give a lot of credit to Gateway. But I think we have some guys that are going to play hard. They're going to rebound from this. Like I said, we only have one player, Deontay Williams, that played last year. So this was a new experience for these guys. And 3 of them played in the JV game. So it's something that we got to go back to work and get back to the fundamentals and get back to starting out a game with intensity. And hopefully, this is something that I know we're going to learn from because I really like the guys this year. I think we got a great bunch of kids, but once again they're young. No senior on a roster. It's tough. But we're going to be back at it, and we're going to be in a lot of games this year.
And that's Coach Matt Virginia. Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Back to you guys up there. Oh, and welcome, and we're with the Roxamore Sports post-game report, as I'm with Dr. Karen, Coach Hall. And Coach, a tough game for Woodland Hills today, but there's a lot of good things that could come out of this. It could be something that they could build on, especially, as Coach Verjanik said, no seniors, but they do have 8 sophomores. And that's all for us. So for Dr. Karen, Coach Hall, I'm Ty Polk. Thank you for joining us on the Roxamore Sports Network, and good night from Monroeville.